Welcome to Directionally Correct, a Felix podcast with Cole and Scott. Today's guest, nobody.
There you go.
There we go.
I love it. Thanks to our sponsors, One Model. One Model helps people leaders at large organizations make consistently brilliant talent decisions by unlocking the analytical value of the data dispersed across your business. One Model's people analytics platform takes all of the heavy lifting out of data extraction, cleansing, modeling, analytics, and reporting of enterprise workforce data. One Model pioneered people data orchestration and has perfected the ethical use of AI and data science for leaders who need transparent and explainable decision support systems. HR and business teams trust its accurate reports, analyses, and storytelling capabilities. Data scientists, engineers, and people analytics professionals love the combination of governance and flexibility that no other workforce insights platform can provide. To learn more, book a demo at onemodel.co/directionallycorrect. All opinions are our own and do not reflect those of any other organization. I feel like a fresh tomato is the best thing, but a non-fresh tomato, like an unripened tomato, actually it's both ends. A too ripe tomato and an unripened tomato are both the worst thing.
Are you talking like a big beef tomato?
Like one that is supposed to be red but is still green, right? Or one that was red at one point but now it's shriveled and kind of become a mushroom, like a raisin.
I was just in South Carolina and had fried green tomatoes for the first time. It's good. I'm not sold though.
I mean, is it the cultural phenomena they think it is?
I guess so. I did eat shrimp and grits like 7 times in 2 days.
Is it good?
It's delicious. It was so good. In fact, like we're here at the stadium. I can tell you, my our first year, we had to host an event out in the parking lot, right? Mm-hmm. I guess every department takes a turn like hosting it or whatever.
Oh yeah, the tailgates.
And like coming from Texas, someone had just given away shrimp and grits in the parking lot.
Really?
And I ate them and it was life-changing. And I've never had anything like that.
Yeah.
Or at least the grits were just totally different in Texas, right?
Well, this gets to a cultural map moment for a second. Grits don't make it to Texas? You didn't grow up with grits?
Well, I mean, like, they existed, but no, it was not part of the diet. And they were, no flavor, bland, nothing to them.
Really?
But, I mean, here, like, they probably put, like, heavy cream or something terrible in it, butter.
See, I'm going to say something slightly controversial. An actual grit, like a real grit, I hate. Most of the, like, shrimp and grits things that you get nowadays are not what grits was when I was a kid. When I was growing up, and, like, grits were not like I don't know how to put this, like, they were not something that was trendy. They were very much something that was like a very
big trendy grits.
Yeah,
today.
It was very much like a very cheap food that you could eat.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it still is. You buy it by the can and just
exactly
eat like a king for a week.
Where are we, Scott?
We are in Ruston, Louisiana.
And why are we here?
It is our 100th episode. I don't understand how that's
Is it
possible.
Our 100th episode?
It's so cheesy. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
We literally have, for the people who are listening, little, I don't even know how to describe them. They have hundreds on them, but they're kind of like bobblehead dolls on our heads.
Is this what you get, like, someone that's actually turning 100?
I bought them for a 100th birthday party, yes. This is for 400 birthday parties.
But this is beautiful, man. Like, look at this. It's got the field. I was hoping some players would be out here.
Yeah, I was told when we booked it that they would actually have football practice going on. So we're in the press box of the Louisiana Tech football stadium, and it met our criteria for what it would take to record a podcast, because we wanted somewhere fun but also quiet, and that is really, really hard to find when you think about it.
We also, like, came down notches. Like, we started out, it's going to be the high-rise in Vegas.
Yeah.
Then it's like maybe Chicago.
Then it was going to be 6th Street in Austin.
Maybe Austin. It's like, okay, we're just going to do it in Ruston.
So now we're in Ruston.
I couldn't imagine a more perfect place, because, I mean, like, this is where it started, right?
This is where it all started. So what brought you to Louisiana Tech originally?
What brought me to Louisiana Tech?
Yeah.
I was looking for an IO program within striking distance. That had a good applied function, and I was a little bit older applying, so the fact that you could get out a bit earlier, quicker, was highly highly attractive.
Yeah, it wasn't one of these 7-year programs.
No, it's wild because when I was a master's student at Stephen F. Austin, I had some friends that came to Ruston, and I think they tried to go in the counseling program, and they just, I don't know, they didn't go for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But that's what really got on my radar.
Yeah.
And so, like, I looked it up when I was actually started searching, and it was a really good fit. I remember driving up here for interview day. I remember talking to Tillman before I even just kind of an intro sort of call sort of thing, and I was in the Dave & Buster's parking lot in Austin, Texas. I was like right after work or something like that, and just talking to him. It seemed like a good fit. And I remember talking to Mitzi DeSales and Tillman, I think, in my office in Austin, and came up here. I definitely remember driving up here. In fact, sorry, I'm kind of rambling now, but I stayed at, I think it's called the Days Inn. It's on the other end of town. It's interview day, and that night, someone with a trailer hit my car. So I went and did interview day at the old Arrows, the old kind of building we had.
Yeah.
And, in the back of my mind all day, I'm just thinking about my damn car has been hit. And, there's no one to, get a phone number from. There's nothing like that.
You want to hear something funny?
Yeah, sure.
I turned around in the Days Inn parking lot this morning because I drove past Waffle House, and I turned around to go back to Waffle House to see if you guys were there because I was kind of running behind. And so I was in the Days Inn parking lot this morning.
I think you may have been on the other end of town, but...
or maybe there's 2 Days Inn. I don't know.
Well, Tillman told me there's 2 Waffle Houses. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
There's 2 Waffle Houses?
This town's getting big, man.
It's too big for its britches. No. So wanted to say, actually, a quick thank you. We've actually got Dr. Tillman Sheets and Dr. Donna Thomas in the room with us. Thank you guys and the Louisiana Tech Athletics Department for letting us record here. So big thank you to you all for helping set this up. But it is kind of cool to be in the room with folks who really shaped your life and get to say nice things about them. So
really formative, absolutely. I'm glad they put up with us too.
Did they?
There's probably some tenuous moments that we don't even know about.
Yeah, exactly.
Behind the scenes.
No, I mean, I was kind of a lifer when it came to Louisiana Tech. So all the members of my family, both my mom and my dad, they met here. I've got relatives on both sides of my family that came here. My wife went here, and a bunch of her relatives went to Louisiana Tech. And so going to undergrad and graduate school.
Did you even apply anywhere else?
For graduate school?
Yeah.
No. That was actually, I probably talked about this when we had Tillman on the podcast way back when. But when I applied, so I had applied to Louisiana Tech's master's program. Yeah. And I hadn't even applied to the PhD program. And so the week before school, I had like an appointment to come over and to meet with, remember Miss Jamie? She was in the front office because she was going to be taking me through. I was going to be one of the graduate assistants that worked in the front office. And when I got there, Miss Jamie called me into Tillman's office when he was the department chair. Mm-hmm. And I thought, I was like, oh, they found me out. They're kicking me out of the program. I'm truly a farce. And he pulled me in his office and, in so many words, offered me a position in the PhD program. And I didn't really. So
you went from like 0 to 100.
Well, I actually kind of told him no, not because I had this plan where the master's program was a night program, and I was going to be able to work at a job during the daytime, and then had that graduate assistantship, and then do the program at night. And the PhD program was a full-time program, and he pulled me into the office.
You're making the big bucks at Waffle House.
No,
can't let that go.
I was not working at Waffle
They just
House.
raised their minimum salary to $3 an hour, by the way. So if things don't work out,
good for all.
You can go back. You got experience.
The joyful Waffle House workers out there.
Sorry,
but so he pulled me in his office, and I was kindly telling him no, and he said, "Well, Cole, if you join the master's program, you're going to be making this much money, and you're going to be working your butt off." And he said, if you join the PhD program, you're going to graduate, and you're going to be making this much money. You're going to be this guy's boss, and you're going to be playing a lot of golf. None of which were true, by the way. But
you got to sell it when you can, right?
Yeah. But I do play golf now, not when I graduated. When I graduated, I was busting my butt. I'm still busting my butt, but in a different way. But yeah, and so I immediately left that day and was a member of the PhD program. It was wild.
I mean, just being here brings me back and in a really good way.
Yeah.
My core responsibilities were sit in a lecture and just kind of soak it in.
Mm-hmm.
Write a paper, read, just learn all day.
Yeah.
Talk IO. I would come back. I would do a second PhD if they'd let me.
Well, it's the most focused time of your life.
But yeah.
Well, you really can't.
I'm ditching this.
Yeah, let's get rid of these 100 things. These are goofy. It was fun while it lasted, guys. But yeah, it's the most focused time of your life, right? You were uni focused on just one thing.
It's somewhat selfish, right? I guess because it kind of takes a team around you to get through it, but. Yeah. I would say it's the best decision I've ever made in my life. I'm exponentially happier now than prior.
I still get asked all the time.
Exponentially more options as well.
Yeah. I mean, people that don't have PhDs ask me all the time, should you get a PhD? You don't necessarily need it, but it does give you a lot of options. And the thing I always say is it gives you more scientific and statistical rigor than probably if you didn't have it. And if you need to go into a highly specialized job that requires that, it's absolutely necessary. But if you don't, it's probably not necessary. The thing I want to say that's special about Louisiana Tech's PhD program, though, is, in a lot of schools and a lot of PhD programs, if you don't go and become an academic, you're considered a failure.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, that's the only path.
It's the only path.
Yeah.
And the thing I really appreciated about Louisiana Tech's program is, first of all, that people have gone off and been academics, which is been successful, but they've produced some powerhouse individuals, and especially in people analytics of anything. I mean, I think of some of our prior guests, like Michael Knott, Stephanie Murphy, Amy Stevenson. All of them are out there crushing
Castile.
it. Yeah, Castile. I mean, they're all doing really great stuff, and prior guests of the podcast. I could call out some others, but I don't want to necessarily embarrass them. But they're out there crushing it, and I think it's partially due to the fact that you had such applied experiences in this PhD program, but also that it wasn't considered a negative to not go into academia.
I marvel at Tillman, and Donna could speak to this as well. Just watching kids come through, they probably come in really rough around the edges or clearly undeveloped, and then leave and go on to do great things. It must be super rewarding in ways that I can't even really fathom.
Yeah, I've never felt rewarding in my life, so I wouldn't know.
There's a lot of pain in there.
No, it is really cool to be able to spend this time with
you. Did the program teach you anything specifically?
I think so. You mentioned the Eros building.
Yeah.
I need to explain what that is. So that's the consulting group that Louisiana Tech's program started called the Applied Research for Organizational Solutions, so Eros for short.
Yeah.
I would say I bifurcated my experience into the things I learned academically.
Bifurcated.
Oh, yeah, no, good word. Into the things I learned academically and through the classes themselves, so doing research, through discussions and preparing for comprehensive exams, writing a dissertation, all that. You learn so much. But there was also this separate skill set of learning how to consult and use statistics and analytics and IO psychology to affect workplace outcomes in the real world that happen through Eros. And being able to combine those two things, I think it makes you freaking unstoppable.
Yeah, being accountable to something besides just a research paper.
Yeah.
That, a 10-pager or whatever.
Well, it's you're being in touch with the real world, right? So you can go your whole academic career and never necessarily touch reality in any way. And we were touching the academic world very deeply and the real world all at the same time every day. And I think that was the special part.
Yeah, I mean, of course, I didn't really value... In terms of the way that I understand it now, just the network you build too. I keep up with not everyone in the program, but a large swath, and I get to see the new kids at PsyOp, and just kind of see what they're all about and what they're learning, what they have going on. we've become friends
as you attend their poster session.
Oh, like kids, don't ever do a poster. That's the biggest waste of time.
Or only do posters, because that's how you become friends with Scott, because he loves going to see him.
Oh yeah, I will cruise to the poster session for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, what did you get out of this?
What did I get out of the program?
Or just like an IO psychology PhD, you've been in the workplace longer than you have in academia now, or at least in graduate schools. Like, what did you get out of it?
Well, I mean, when I came into the program, I fully intended. I was coming out of psychometrics, and I fully intended to go back into psychometrics. Even when I graduated, my dissertation was rather psychometrically focused. But you get the broad background of the O side as well, and once again, the PhD just opens doors in ways that I'm way happier now than if I were like, tripping over, Cronbach alphas, on a daily basis, something like that.
Just tripping over them.
Oh,
can't get away from them.
Trying to increase it by 0.04%. Whatever. It's like a whole lot of nothing. But yeah, it just gives you like a wide range of things you can accomplish.
Yeah.
And, don't get me wrong. I use a lot of concepts from psychometrics on a daily basis.
Yeah.
But just having the background.
Yeah, I don't think people realize like we didn't overlap.
No.
In the PhD program, and so it's kind of it's kind of a strange thing, but it's also very cool that we ended up connecting when I moved over to Dallas. And I mean, is that the first time we met? Do you remember how we met?
Yeah, you were. You're an absolute. We were at Sundown, or it was at Sundown, that open air bar.
I love how Tillman's just dying over there.
Tillman can come on camera, man. we were at Sundown. And
a bar in Ruston.
So they had the entire program was there, and there was like 5 or 6 4-seater tables, and they put them all like in a row, and like, everyone kind of sat around it, kind of like a makeshift big banquet table. And somehow you were back in town, and you were talking to, we can bleep it, and like looks over to me at some point. It's like, he's older than he looks, or something like that. And you said, everyone's older than me, or something like that.
Well, they probably were at the time. I was like extremely young when I joined the program. And so sorry if that came across as being it's also true.
It's the way you say it.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah.
I went down wrong.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. No, you're not the first, and you won't be the last.
No, that's all good. I mean, we've worked through it, sort of.
Have we?
No, I think just going through the 100 episodes. Actually, I've done 98. You've done 100. Because I missed 2 early on because I was traveling to Europe or somewhere.
Well, I think that was more when we didn't know if this was actually going to be a real thing.
Yeah.
It was more like, all right, well, you miss one, no big deal.
And the evolution's been great, too. Like, we started out, I think it was like an hour and a half of just straight talk. With no real segments, it could go anywhere. And then worked in the nerdery. And then I think with Alexis Fink, the Confusion Matrix, I think that was the first one.
That was.
Now we at least have some sort of like segmentation.
Why did we do this?
Why did we do the pod?
Yeah, why did we do the pod? Why are we doing the pod?
That's a really good question. I question Eric so often. Because I don't do it for notoriety. I do it just for the connection and having fun. I really do. I don't even look at the number. I have no idea how many people watch.
Well, I want to take a second to kind of recognize you, because the thing that I think you get out of the pod is you get a chance to demonstrate how knowledgeable you are about the deep scientific parts of what we do as biopsychologists and people analytics people. And because, and I know, I mean, we can bleep this part out too if we need to. Neither of us can talk about what we do at work. And so I see you as one of the most sophisticated people in the entire world when it comes to using network analytics. And we don't get a chance to talk about it. So the best part is you actually get to kind of talk about it through other people. We get to have fantastic guests on. We get to talk about fantastic research articles that are coming out in that space. And I think it's because I also believe that some of the traditional pathways for how people demonstrate that they have expertise in an area, like podcast and writing, publishing, are like completely different in mechanisms than what it would have been done historically. And
I really appreciate that. Like you're clearly one of the people analytics leaders. We had who did the network analysis of people analytics?
Which one?
Andrew Pitts, was it?
Oh yeah.
And guess who's in the center of the people analytics network? It's Cole Napper.
Wasn't the biggest circle, but it was the most central node.
That's all you need, baby.
Yeah. No, I mean, and having a chance to get to talk to people who I admire.
Yeah.
To me, other than just like I kind of, again, I'm gonna use the word bifurcate again. Just
do it.
You can say split. The Cole and Scott episodes are like a completely different animal in my mind than the rest of the episodes. So I just enjoy those for their own idiosyncratic weirdness.
So somehow there's like less pressure, but more. It's kind of weird,
especially when you have people watching you. It's so weird when people are watching. I'm like, oh my god, I'm dying.
I put on this hat not because it says latte, but it's trying to protect myself from the sun. It's not really working at all.
Not working.
Need some sunglasses. Oh well.
But for the guests themselves, I've gotten to talk to so many people who are like, I read their books or I'd seen their LinkedIn posts or whatever. That, I mean, I don't mean this in a self-effacing way. I don't think if I would have reached out to them, they ever would have gotten back to me.
Yeah.
And just having this podcast as a mechanism, just selfishly, it has, really helped me get a chance to talk to people I admire. And I think that is so cool.
I think you're right on a lot of counts. Like, one, we can talk about publishing in a little bit, but the tail on that is so long, and you have no idea what the actual impact is. How many people are actually reading that, despite the impact factor. This is so much quicker, you can be much more up to date with the podcast. And like you said, we get to talk to really interesting folks. And I think throughout the course of the podcast, what's really striking is people have different ideas, but everyone essentially has the same goal.
Yeah.
Right? To forward the field. Like we've never come across anyone that has like a nefarious, like I'm going to burn it down.
But I think Alan Colquitt
okay, never mind. Yeah.
He was like...
He might want to burn it down.
He might want to burn it down, but that was one of my favorite episodes just because he wanted to burn it down.
What was your favorite episode, if you had to...
Of all time? I mean, it's got to be... I would say it's the amalgam of Cole and Scott episodes.
Yeah.
There's like moments in those that I think are just pure gold.
We can go in different places.
We can.
Yeah.
There's a lot of folks... I've called it before... This was a long time ago. I called it the conference speaker effect, where somebody gets on stage at a conference and... You were talking to them at the bar before or after, and they were telling you like how crappy everything was and that they were doing was, and then they get on stage and they're doing the most amazing things ever. And the same thing happens with a podcast sometimes. Yeah. You bring people on, they're like the coolest people, and then you get them on here and they're just like, yeah, it's so great. Everything's great. Have you noticed how great it is?
Well, that's the sort of thing. You can't... Well, I haven't been able to judge people. Like, you get them on, and, like, some people you think are going to be, like, super quiet have the most to say. Some people that you think are going to have the most outrageous opinions.
Yeah.
They just have nothing.
I mean, that just from a behind-the-scenes thing, what you said could not be truer.
I think it's the red light effect. Some people see the red light, i.e. the record button.
Yep.
And
record button turns on, and they turn into a completely different person. And sometimes that person is way better than who they were, and other times it's way worse. And I'm not going to say who is what, but yeah.
Appreciation to everyone that's come on. By the way.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, why are they talking to us? That's the thing I think about sometimes. Is like, why is anybody listening to this shit? And a lot of times I forget that people actually do listen to it. It's so weird.
Here, I wrote down some folks I would like to call out. Max Bloomberg, super supporter early on. Joey Oliver. Yes, there you go.
Max and Tillman are friends now. Due to this podcast, by the way.
Amy, you mentioned Amy earlier.
Yeah.
Castile, our first real guest.
Yeah, Castile was our first guest.
Keith McNulty, that was a great one.
Oh, he was
Michael
fantastic.
Arena, Ethan Burrows, Craig Starbuck. Just everybody, really.
I should have written something down. I didn't, and now I'm going to have to do it for
everyone that was on our PSYOP panel, they were all fantastic. Tillman.
Yeah.
Donna, she's semi in here.
Yeah. It's just fantastic getting a chance to talk to a lot of these folks. And And the other thing is, it's academic in nature, but I think nerdery is the right word. Like it's nerd-ish, but it's not like going to a symposium.
I was trying to think last night of like my favorite nerdery articles that we've covered, and the one that bubbles to the top is toxoplasmosis.
Yes.
That we actually did here in La Tech. Mm-hmm. Which is, we wanted to do a toxoplasmosis screening.
We were going to.
And
we were going to reveal the results on this episode and decided not to.
Check it out. Yeah, we both think we got it.
Well, we both think we got it, and two, I found out that it was like a pretty intrusive test. It's not like something where you just like pee in a cup or something like that.
It's a blood test.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't care that much.
But other than that, I think it's like a lot of those are just kind of in one ear, out the other. I wish I had a list of all the things we've covered.
Yeah. I mean, I always think about the crazy episodes. I think about like Alan Colquitt was a crazy one. Mm-hmm. Marcus Corday was a crazy one.
Oh, Corday. Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah. We haven't, I guess because the podcast is getting more notoriety now, more of our guests lately have been, I would call like prominent figures in the field, and so we don't get as much cutting up as I would like. I like Jordan.
Jordan was great.
Jordan released that she had like a twin or something on the podcast that she didn't know about.
Her dad. Something about her dad was doing crazy stuff.
It's wild. So those are my favorite moments.
I mean, that is the best. That's what makes it, right?
It keeps me motivated. It's such a weird thing.
But I think a lot of this started because you wanted to promote a book.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, and the funny thing is, we went so long, I forgot about that.
2.5 years. Well, got the title page, maybe.
Well, no, I've actually gone through 3 iterations now. So I'd written some articles, and some academics reached out to me about writing a book, and that was right around the time we started the podcast. Yeah. And so one of the things that they were asking me as the lead author is, you had to have a way of knowing, do you have an audience? And I was like, I don't know if anybody reads my stuff. And I was like, well, if you had a podcast, then you could know you have an existing audience. And then another person came in. So that one fizzled out for whatever reason. Another person came in later and like, oh, we got to co-write this book. It was kind of going to be like a Cole and Scott type of thing where there's a yin and yang. And we kind of build off each other. And then that one fizzled out. And then speaking at People Analytics World this year in London, a publisher reached out to me then. And I was like, whatever, I've been down this pathway before. I know your tricks. And they were very serious about it. And so I actually have a book deal sitting in my inbox that I have not signed yet.
Wow. Congrats.
I've been sitting on it for like 3 months. And I'm just
I wouldn't want to be part of any club that would have me either.
Exactly. Well, and I don't know. I mean, and any listeners out there, if you want to give me feedback on this, like if you want me to write a book, let me know, because
you will ignore them.
Well, I might. But the thing about it, I just don't know if there's a captive audience for it. Like, I have so much self-doubt about this. I'm just being very vulnerable.
The field changes so quickly, too. Like, I think you really made a lot of hay, like, just doing LinkedIn publishing.
Yeah.
You got an idea, you get it out into the ether.
And even then, like, with generative AI, is the concept of a book even going to exist by the time the book gets published?
Just summarize my book.
Yeah. Or am I just feeding the LLMs their, training data by writing something on their behalf? Like, that's the stuff I think about. I probably overthink this stuff, but I don't know. I have a lot of trepidation about it, to be honest.
We need a virtual call, right? Just all your writings.
Yeah.
Into an agent.
And we had, what was it? James Gallman was telling us we needed to import all of our podcasts and create virtual podcast agents.
I think it was like Rob Stilton was talking about being able to have a second you that would make decisions. Say like you're a leader of our organization and it's 2 a.m, but in Japan they need a decision now. With like 98% confidence, what would you do in this situation? The agent will just make the decision for you.
I actually don't have this for the nerdery today, but there's an article that Ethan Mullick cited that basically came up with almost the exact same conclusion, which showed that if you just used autonomous agents to answer social science research like surveys, they almost identically mimic the real population. And so is there even a need to have humans take surveys anymore? Could you just have AIs take them on humans' behalf?
Well,
that's wild.
I mean, just from like a psychometric standpoint, like people can't tell you what they want for dinner. Like, are they going to be able to tell you like how they agree with a survey item? You know?
Yeah. I mean,
in an accurate way.
I can't even remember who our guests were.
No. Thank you to all of our missing guests. MIA.
The ones that we've forgotten about. Sorry. No, I seriously, I had that happen last night where a person was texting me and I had forgotten they'd been on the podcast. I was like, oh my God.
I will say
100 episodes is a lot of episodes, guys.
Like, I know you're struggling with your book.
What's going on with you?
I do have an article out. I'm the last author on this article called Cultivating Culture in a Hybrid Context, MBR article. Essentially saying that culture is hard to sustain in a remote environment, but culture does persist in sort of like these small clusters organization. So essentially leverage influencers and this sort of stuff to get it out. But yeah, look for it in MBR. It's been the publishing wheels grind very slowly. We wrote.
So when did you start it? I mean, this is like 3 years ago. Yeah, thank you for coming.
Making her exit there.
She had to go to work.
Yeah.
How weird. We're just drinking on a Friday morning. By the way, we're in Louisiana, and so I wanted to do something of a cultural staple of Louisiana, which was go to a drive-through liquor store. So I got us both daiquiris before we started the recording this morning, so we can blame that for how shitty this episode is.
Did you walk through the drive-thru? I mean, that's
not allowed.
Did they put the little paper straw on top so it's still a sealed container?
They actually didn't do. I don't think they do that anymore. Yeah, it just came. But I wanted to come back to your article.
I mean, it's probably 2 years in the making. Just everything just takes forever. So I mean, it's talking about trying to maintain culture in a hybrid environment. I mean, that was really relevant.
It was
3 years ago, 4 years ago.
If it had come out that time,
it would have been.
You would have been on the Wall Street Journal,
yeah,
New York Times.
It would have been so fire.
Yeah.
Now, people like just understand. Boy, how far have we come? Really? I mean,
it's a weird time, man. Like, it is so weird.
Forget like the pandemic. I remember we've essentially covered the advent of Gen AI in the pod.
Yeah.
We had a nerdery article with Joy Oliver in October 2021.
I mean, we covered it the week it came out.
Yeah, and there was questions like, oh, these sort of things don't really work that well, sort of thing. And granted, they weren't that great even a year and a half ago, 2 years ago.
What do you think is the maximal benefit it would have had if we were still in 2021?
I think that we would have been more intentional about maintaining. I think that organizations still struggle with this, like how to maintain a culture where some people are remote, some people are in office, and I don't think we've totally cracked the nut there. But I do think social network analysis, because culture is a social phenomenon, is the most direct answer that we have, or at least most direct path anyway.
Yeah.
But once again, we've seen that people can collaborate effectively remotely once they've already met. We had that great article essentially showed that it takes like 25 interactions via Zoom or via video conferencing to equal like one in-person interaction, and via email it just never reaches that same level of trust. So I mean, all these sort of things can be leveraged in organizations to make people or encourage people to be more consistent in their behaviors and trust their teammates, and be more efficient in their work. It really behooves them to do so.
And I love it's another novel use of network analytics, which I think is great. And I think, again, I'll say it again, I really see you as one of the more forefront thinkers in the world in that space, and I want more people to recognize that.
Thank you.
That's another thing that I feel like we don't get to do very often on the pod is we're promoting other people and other companies and stuff like that, but I don't get a chance to promote you enough, and I think you just I think the world of you, man.
I think you are fantastic too, buddy.
You want to hug?
That's weird.
One of the things I've been thinking about, and I haven't figured out a way of approaching this on the podcast, is one of the reasons why I love the concept of podcasting or writing an article like on Substack and just promoting it yourself is the cycle times are reduced.
Yeah.
Right? But another thing, like I've had the opportunity probably 3 or 4 times now with people who wanted to co-write like a Harvard Business Review article or something with me. And I've never taken them up on it. And there's some aspect of publishing, and I want to get your thoughts on this, of gatekeeping.
Yeah.
Like people who control whether or not certain things get shared. That to me is just fundamentally like makes my skin crawl a little bit. And so I'm very much more akin to publish things through, you know, the podcast, through a Substack article. And I even have those trepidations when it comes to writing a book. I have a deal with the publisher, but I'm still worrisome.
They could edit it.
Yeah, that they're just going to edit out the parts I like.
Yeah.
Right? If I start talking about, well, I actually have a twin, and I didn't know about it, that they're just going to take that part out of the book.
And this is like technology just democratizes all that, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we essentially have a radio show.
Yep.
Right? No one gave us permission. I think that's the other big takeaway from the pod. It's like,
Yeah.
you can do whatever the hell you want. You have a little technology. People, you know, the spotlight effect is a fallacy.
Yeah.
No one's really cared about you the way you think they are, and you can do whatever you want. There are no rules.
And you can suffer the consequences too if you do something stupid.
I guess so,
which
yeah.
I have done.
Have you?
Yeah, a little bit, but we're not getting into that. I always say something stupid and people reach out to me and I'm like, oh my god, I shouldn't have said that.
This is why I just don't engage. Like, I don't know. I say if you got any complaints, send them to Cole, and he can just delete them.
I don't really get them. The funny thing is, and I hear this from a lot of our guests, they'll come on the podcast and so many people will just reach out to them and like flood them with, I won't call it fan mail, but just basically like they want help, they want a network, whatever.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But the thing is, that didn't happen to either of us anymore. It happened when we first started. I almost hear nothing. Unless I do something terrible.
I am not a power user of LinkedIn and all, so I have no idea what's going on over there.
It's just very weird and funny how that stuff works out.
I will say, like, after the PhD program, as soon as I graduated, I put PhD on there.
Yeah.
A flood of people out of the woodwork wanted to friend me.
Really?
As soon as we started this pod, a ton of people wanted to friend me. I haven't been on LinkedIn in 2 months. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, that's where all your hate mail is.
Send it to LinkedIn.
Yeah, just
everyone just send it to LinkedIn.
Waiting in that inbox that'll never be checked.
Well, you want to do a little Waffle House, a little confusion matrix?
Oh, let's bring it back. Let's bring back some Waffle House.
The confusion matrix. Real quick, we wanted to say thanks again to One Model, the AI and people analytics pioneer, for sponsoring the episode. And now back to the confusion matrix.
Okay, my handwriting is horrible here, so let's see. I have several of these, but we'll see what we can get through. Okay, we've kind of touched on this a little bit. How about either or, choose, and maybe we can try and modify it, but a high-profile guest who doesn't really engage, or an unknown guest who just goes ham?
I think we both know the answer to this one already, yeah, from earlier. It's definitely the low-profile guest who just goes crazy.
Well, what if they start getting like out there? Like,
and if you're out there, low-profile guest, and you have a crazy-ass story you want to tell, we want to hear about it.
I mean, we've delved into aliens.
We have.
Delved into...
I tried to bring that up at SIOP. Nobody would really take the bait.
SIOP was a weird one.
SIOP was a weird one. It was at 7 in the morning. I was pissed off because SIOP hadn't set up the room correctly. And we, have I don't even know how many people, 200 people watching us while we're trying to cut up and make jokes, and it just doesn't work.
Well, thank you. Who brought us the mimosas? That was the saver.
That was Kristen Sabo and,
yes.
I wish I could remember her name. It was one of Kristen's friends.
Yeah, mad props to her. I mean, that saved the whole freaking thing.
It did.
It really did.
We needed it. Hair of the dog.
Yeah, I think we agree. I don't think we've ever had a guest where it's like pulling teeth, because I think we just turn into like a Cole and Scott.
No, we have had one. Remember, there was a guest that we never published the episode?
No.
Remember?
Oh, yeah, that was awful.
Well, just
bleep it.
The funniest part about it is this person has their own podcast.
But I mean, this is where the worlds collide, and like this is where like our pod is different from traditional pod, right?
It couldn't work. It just couldn't, because theirs was very much I
asked you a question, you give me an answer,
and I'm trying to make sure I sound smart.
We went off talking about hammocks, and he did not like that.
We literally stopped recording in the middle and just
everyone agreed.
Yeah, we're just like, this isn't gonna work. Sorry.
So I think the way we have it formulated is not low effort, but I mean it's
not low effort, that's for sure.
It's definitely not low effort, but I think it's more fun.
Oh yeah.
Which I would not enjoy a Cole, I sent you a scripted question list.
How are you going to answer?
Yeah, here, I will ask you these questions.
Yeah.
And no offense to those pods, because I do listen to several of them. And
Sure.
that you get a lot of really good information. And this one, I honestly use hit and miss.
Yeah,
It's
sometimes you
hit
get
and
them.
miss.
It's really weird when people reach out and they say they learned things from this. I'm like, what did you learn?
Why did you glam onto that?
Like, now I know you're lying. No, the weird, I mean, because I deal with this a little bit more than you do. I've had multiple people who wanted to like have our questions sent in advance and get them vetted through like their PR department. So I'm just like, sorry, you're not our type of guest. You know, we'll find somebody else. But, yeah.
What about you have a pod with amazing content but awful audio, or kind of a mediocre pod but it sounds beautiful?
That's actually a tough one.
This is a tough one for Cole. Cole specifically.
Yeah, because Scott knows me.
I've seen Cole panic about audio.
Yeah, I do. And just all the administrative components of the podcast are what really get me stressed out sometimes. We've published ones with low audio that I wished were better quality.
Yeah.
So I guess it has to be the mediocre one with the high quality then, because I'm willing to have had bad audio before.
Yeah.
I don't know. What's your answer?
I mean, for me,
That's a tough one, though.
I don't even listen to it. So for me, it's just all about the conversation. I don't even care about the audio quality. I mean, so we should have listeners.
Yeah. Well, the special
We
part...
should have listeners. Otherwise, we just have a phone conversation.
What'll be special for me is about once every 9.5 months, I'll get a text from Scott, and it's like, hey, I listened to an episode. Wasn't that bad? I'm like, hey, that must have been a really special one.
You want to do some nerdery?
Let's do some nerdery.
The nerdery.
I will say I am stupendously underprepared for nerdery.
Okay.
So I had stuff I want to talk about, and then I went to a place this morning to try to pull up the internet and couldn't get the internet to work properly, and so I have not had a chance to go through these very well. The first article we've got, and I thought about it this morning in relationship to getting drive-through daiquiris, is called Rebels with a Cause: How Norm Violations Shape Dominance, Prestige, and Influence Granting. And so they did 5 different studies on how people are able to violate norms in different situations, like popular high school students or college students or a protagonist in a play, I think is one of them. And basically the conclusion across all of the studies is the more you're able to violate norms, as long as that you have like an in-group that agrees that the norms are okay,
So violating the norms is okay?
Yes. It's like, imagine, this is probably a terrible analogy. Remember there's like a cool group of kids in high school? They might be drunk.
No.
Well,
I was there.
They did.
I was
Okay.
not there.
Well, they may be jerks to everyone else, but within their group, that norm is acceptable and therefore gives them more dominance and prestige and influence. That's the way I thought about this research.
Externally, sorry, I understand that you may not be like totally versed in this research.
Sure.
But like, so you're saying an in-group can be jerks to everyone on the out-group, or they're jerks within themselves as well?
Sometimes within themselves, but I mean towards the out-group.
Oh, well, it creates an us versus them mentality, kind of
Correct.
like a bunker mentality. You see this in college football as well, where it's like, well, we're at Louisiana Tech, dang old Southern Miss, or, you know, who's down the road? University of Monroe?
Yeah.
I mean, screw those guys. They're totally different than us. Like, no, they're exactly the same.
The
They just have different colors and went to a slightly different place.
The athletic department is cringing right now.
No, I mean, we fully support the dogs. Don't get me wrong.
But I think the purpose of it, so the title is Rebels with a Cause. If you have a reason to be, violate the norms in service of against the out group, your dominance, prestige, and influence actually grows within the in group, which I thought was fascinating.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that makes sense. Like, you belittle the other group.
The thing I thought about, though, is I think us drinking on the podcast is somewhat violating some social norms here. And I was like, maybe our dominance, prestige, and influence is growing. You got one for me?
I got one for you. This is sort of timely. So Patagonia became famous for letting staff cut out early to chase waves. Now it's asking dozens of employees to relocate or leave because it's 200 to 300% overstaffed. So these are call center workers, customer support sort of workers, and they're saying that they have to move to one of 7 Patagonia hubs or just, be fired.
I feel like that has been the story. You know how if somebody wanted to do research on this right now and it comes out 3 years from now, things are going to totally have changed. But that is definitely the story of what's been going on in 2024.
They have to move within 60 miles by September 30th to retain their jobs. Which, like Dell and Walmart have done this as well.
Oh, there's so many companies that have done this. It's just some have gotten more publicity than others.
This is the problem with taking a hardline stand in sort of changing times, like the pandemic, where it's we are always a remote company until we're not. That's now you have lack of trust and senses of justice are violated, all this sort of stuff.
Can I say 2 things about it real quick? Yeah. One is I think it actually is related to the norms thing we were just talking about. Is companies are trying to create the new norm of what things are going to be. And the ones that are leaning too far one direction or the other are getting penalized for that.
Yeah.
Right? The other thing, and I actually shared this, I had a person from one of these real estate companies reach out to me not too long ago. I thought they were a people analytics person. I didn't realize it was a sales call, and I was just, a useful idiot or whatever you want to call it for answering the phone. And I threw this idea out there to them that basically the real estate companies and large banks have a bunch of debt, like a corporate real estate debt on their balance sheets. And they're afraid that all those dollars are going to go to zero essentially. And so they're the ones that are actually pressuring big corporations to bring people back to the office so that that corporate real estate isn't worthless. And the person I talked to was like, yeah, that's basically happening in real life. I was like, oh, okay, well, my conspiracy theory is actually true.
And they get tax incentives by cities for having full desk, and Correct. It makes sense. And, it empowers the sandwich shop down the street. And, there's lots of, broader incentives for the city to actually have organizations back in the office, right?
Well, speaking of this, this is sort of related to the back in the office and just the impacts of AI on the workplace. The Wall Street Journal published this article, AI doesn't kill jobs, ? Tell that to the freelancers. And basically they've done some analysis that a lot of people traditionally, if they didn't know how to do a task, would go to Upwork or Fiverr or some of these websites that you can get a freelancer to go do different things for you. And they've actually found a lot of people are doing those tasks themselves now using AI, and so they're not actually using the freelancers. And so we've all heard that the fears AI is going to replace our jobs. It hasn't replaced our jobs yet, but it is actually replacing the freelancers. There was a follow-up from this lady, Kelly Monahan, who works at the Future Work Institute at Upwork, and basically criticized the article, but she didn't criticize that that freelancers are actually losing their jobs. She more said that more freelancers are being created as a consequence of this too, so it kind of nets out.
We had someone on, who's the economist we had on just a few weeks ago?
Ron Hetrick.
Yeah. He was talking about the same thing.
That was one of my favorites. That was a cool
He was really, really good.
Yeah.
But he was essentially saying the same thing. It's it goes away in one area, it comes away in the, it expands in another. Which, people like graphic designers, I can just go on DALL-E and create a reasonably good logo.
Yeah.
I suppose I could figure out how to write a script to, manage a Excel sheet, something like that, something that you may have paid someone, $10 for.
Yeah.
Previously.
And so it does have potentially wide-ranging impacts. I just wonder, is this... I see a lot of these articles now, is the AI bubble bursting? Do you think the bubble is bursting?
In what way? No.
I think it's more about on the investment side of things. Investors were putting billions and billions of dollars into AI startups, and I think now the spigot is being turned off.
I think it's just going to get better and better.
Yeah.
I don't know how it would bust.
Yeah.
I don't. There's no turning around.
Unless they just turn it off.
Unless there's like a massive like EMP pulse, it like knocks out everything and all the satellites fall to the ground and this sort of shit.
Do you ever think of moving off the grid? Is that like a thing?
I mean, like I might in a couple years.
Yeah.
It might be wild. Okay, like back to it. Like I missed we're in Ruston, Louisiana.
Yeah.
I rolled in last night, did some minor driving around. I missed the pace of life.
It is so different.
Oh my God, it's so nice. There's 4 restaurants to choose from.
Yeah. I literally felt it driving into
You may
town.
not like 2 of them, so
Yeah.
you don't even go to them.
Yeah.
It's just so easy.
You live in a town like this. I lived here, I think 8 or 9 years straight.
Yeah.
And there's not that many places to eat. There's still places I never went to. It's insane.
I remember when they opened up the new Walmart grocery store off, was that California?
Mm-hmm.
I went there 3 times in the first day just to check it out.
Just to walk around.
Yeah.
Something new.
Marvel.
Yeah.
Marvel.
Wow, the wonders of technology.
Here, I got another story for you. You see Wiley Tower off in the distance over there. We'll say someone close to us. She was in the program, and I convinced her that Wiley was the first building in Ruston. In fairness, it's a 18-story building or something like that. I think she told Tillman. Tillman's like, "Where did you hear this?"
Oh my gosh, that's so. And these are quote unquote smart people. This kind of stuff.
So good.
What you got for me?
America, okay, kind of along the, some jobs are going away,
Yeah.
some jobs are here to stay. These are America's least common jobs.
What are they?
What are they? You ready?
Alaskan crab fishermen, I'm guessing, or something like that?
No, that's probably high profile. So the first one is
Are these lowest profile jobs or least common?
wood pattern maker.
Wood pattern maker.
That one doesn't. Oh, it says 260 total jobs in America.
I don't even know what that is.
Well, I mean, you can make $53,000 a year if you do it.
Hey, not bad. You can live a good life in Ruston.
Number 2 at 400 jobs is clock and timer precision technician. So I guess like you make sure clocks are.
I bet you that was a big job in like 1800.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
been slowly going away ever since.
You read some of these stories where like towns would be their clocks would be like 4 days off, and so like they couldn't like do the proper Catholic or Christian rites of ceremony, all this sort of shit, because like
really?
it was all, and that was a big thing.
That's wild.
Farm labor contractor, 460 jobs, which I figure there'd be a lot more. I don't know
I feel
what
like
that means.
there's a lot of farm laborers
Yeah.
out there. I don't know if that one's
I don't know what
right.
that means. And furnace and kiln repair technician,
Yeah.
540
Not a lot of
total
kilns.
jobs.
I was also thinking like the people who make that blown glass, like the glass makers that do it in like a kiln. So it makes sense that something related to that is pretty uncommon.
I mean, there's a bunch of them here, but I think those are the biggest ones. I mean, these are jobs that are going to be tough to do a little job analysis for. Like, why would you even do that? You just got to find someone that's into it, I guess. Like, are you on the clock timer forum
At
on
a certain,
Reddit?
at a,
One SAD.
That's
Yeah.
what, yeah. The perfect candidate.
the hardest jobs to do a job analysis on. It's like I can't find anybody. So I found one. We covered this. I think you brought it up maybe 5 or 6 weeks ago about what age do people kind of fall in love with music, and it was 17 years old.
That was a good one.
And I found from this guy Jay Van Bavel, I think I might have another one from him too, that sports fans are likely to be kind of most impressionable as 8-year-old boys. And so if you
glom onto a team.
If you glom onto a team when you are 8 years old, you will be a fan of that team for the rest of your life. But if you miss, if Louisiana Tech misses you when you're 8 years old, they're never going to get you.
I mean, I get maybe this is how you wind up with people that like, I'm a Yankees fan, I support Duke,
Yeah.
I'm a Cowboys fan, and I love Manchester United. It's like,
Yeah, because they were all good at the same time in the 90s. Yeah. All right.
You want one?
I do.
Okay, this is an oldie. It's from the Telegraph in England, right? Cocaine is found on 9 out of 10 baby changing tables in the UK.
I feel like that's a John Mulaney joke.
It very well could be. But if you're thinking like these are just at like bars and restaurants, oh no. It is shopping malls, hospitals, police stations, courts and churches is where they did their test. 9 out of 10 baby changing tables have cocaine on them.
I don't even know what to do with that. I feel like, first of all, it is a flat surface. And that's
unintended consequences or unintended uses.
Yeah, and it's in a public space, and it's somewhat of a private space, too. So anybody can go there, but you can also lock the door. It's flat. And I think people who do that kind of stuff don't care if it's clean. So, yeah.
I was at a bar once in Austin. It had a mirror on the back of the toilet. And
it's like,
yeah, there you go.
I wonder what that's
there
for.
You go.
I guess if I need to do my hair behind the toilet, I can.
What do you know?
Yeah.
I mean, if you make it like people analytics, I guess you could make a dashboard that people use for other consequences or other issues.
I have brought this up so many times since I think you came up with this a while back about PowerPoint karaoke.
Oh, yeah.
I think that was like a TikTok thing or something like that. And I feel like that would be at the PowerPoint karaoke bar, you would have dashboards playing in the restrooms.
That would be a fun. We need to institute this PowerPoint karaoke where you just get up and give a presentation on something you have no idea what it is.
I think it's probably funnier. I think it's funny for like the first 30 seconds, and after that, it's just pedantic. But anyway, I got two more, but both of them, I think the liquor's hitting me a little bit, to be honest with you. And I don't think I can cover them right now because I'm kind of losing it.
Here, I got one more. Worst things you can do on an airplane. I love me some travel talk, right? So they list, I think this is from...
Well, can I ask you some airline etiquette?
Sure.
If you're like you're not in first class, right? So you're in the regular seats and the bathroom behind you is full. Do you go past that bathroom and go to the next bathroom, or do you wait for that bathroom to open up?
So you're saying a big plane with a bathroom in the middle, and yes, you can go to the one in the very back of the plane should you want to. You cannot violate the curtain in first class.
You cannot violate the curtain.
That's and you see people. That's what you do, Tillman.
It's
go poop up that bathroom.
See, and that's
everyone knows what you're doing.
He's a rebel with a cause. He violated a social norm, and it shows that he has dominance and influence and power.
So you're not better than me.
No.
I can shit up your bathroom. It's all good. Well, I mean, that does not make the list. That does not make the list as far as like violating bathroom etiquette on an airplane. But number one, kids in the aisle. I don't agree with this list, by the way, as far as like the ranking anyway. Number one, kids in the aisle. That kind of makes sense. Like you can't have your kids just running up and down the aisle. That's just gnarly. Two, get drunk, which I feel like 30% of people on the plane are
that's the point of airplanes.
Kind of hammered.
Yeah.
Like you see
airports
people
and airplanes. That's
drinking at like 7 a.m. It's like damn.
Yeah, at least it's not 11 a.m. in Ruston.
Leave seat during turbulence, which sounds more dangerous.
Yeah,
than, like,
why would you do
problematic.
that?
Yeah. I do agree with this one. Watch movie without headphones.
That's
just wrong.
Yeah,
that's just wrong. Yeah, I got my own personal list. Just recline seat. I don't agree with it.
Ever?
No.
Even on like premium economy going overseas? Because it's like made for it. Like everybody does it.
I've never ridden premium economy.
Okay.
I don't believe. Let's see. Oversized luggage. People with these, like, what the hell are you doing with, like,
it won't fit in the container.
It won't fit up there, or like that's even worse when they put it up there, but they put it not only on its edge but sideways. So it just
takes up the whole thing.
Yeah, it takes up the whole thing. Smelly food, just just gnarling down with some like tuna right when you get on the plane. Run down the aisle right when the plane lands. They stand up and run down the aisle.
Have you ever seen anybody do that?
Yeah. And
like actually run?
Like I've seen people get their bags and they just kind of like mosey their way down.
Yeah, I've seen them mosey. I've never seen them run.
This is like more of a special case. It's not an annoyance, but it's more of a marvel. I was flying from Seattle to Charlotte the other day, Charleston rather, and this super nice lady next to me. She's probably like 70, something like that. No book, no magazine, just stared straight ahead. No headphones, just raw dogged it the whole way there, man. It's like 5 hours.
That's like an impressive 1990 phenomena.
She just check her watch every so often, like just nothing.
I'll tell you about something after the podcast. It's related to that.
I don't know what's going on.
I'm losing it, man. All right.
I got one more. If
Okay.
you go, you want me to go last?
No, you can go last.
This is not a fun one, but more of a just point of curiosity. It is war and science in Ukraine. So of course, like there's Russian invasion. We're all super familiar. But
hopefully by the time the podcast comes out, it'll be over because they've settled all the disputes.
Oh, did they?
No.
Oh, okay.
That would be great.
I don't know why you got me there. It's like, oh, they worked out all the magic this weekend. That was fantastic. I mean,
but they will.
They will. As soon as the money dries up, no doubt.
Yeah.
But overall, they've seen a 10% decline in research published by Ukrainian scientists. So unintended impact. 22% of Ukrainian universities have suffered physical damage. So they've been damaged by the war in some way.
Yeah.
And there's a 40% decline in Russian/Ukrainian scientist collaborations.
Surprised it's not higher.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's something something we don't necessarily think about. You got these like large sort of geopolitical things have implications on advancing science.
It's so wild. I've got one and it's sort of related because like the networking component of what you're saying. And I may have sent you this. I can't remember. I wanted to hit you with it, but I didn't have time to prepare. Have you heard of GraphRag?
No, what's that?
So GraphRag is a new Python library for using LLMs to do network analysis. And I thought you would be quite
super
interested.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so they've got the GitHub code, they've got the documentation, they've got some visualizations of how they've used it, and I thought you would find that quite fascinating, but I just wasn't prepared enough to share it with you today.
I mean, I think it's the future. I think organizations are going to start essentially just taking like daily cuts of what people are doing. I mean, it's going to be like much more aggregated at some point, and like it's going to get lower and lower. And I think it's going to be an integrated data use because it is orthogonal to other sort of data sources we have, and it's passive, so it's can be updated on a daily basis with very little, hand holding. What
Is there
call it? Yeah.
Is there a network analysis take on performance? Like how you measure, because you mentioned it's orthogonal to other variables, and I always think about like the criterion problem and how do you measure performance. Is there an org network analysis take on that?
Well, I mean, like performance is confounded by a whole bunch of other things as well. Like if you have like a performance distribution, or like if you get along with your boss better, you got sort of like LMX factors. There are correlates to it, and it's also context dependent. So in certain situations, you may need like a really tight knit group that predicts performance. In other circumstances, people that bridge, that seems to be the major takeaway, especially if you believe like Ronald Byrd, that these sort of like social capital bridging connections give you access to outside information, and you can exploit that. Yeah.
That's wild. Well, I had one more. I'm not even going to try to get into the nitty-gritty details of it, but it was about using machine learning to deliver zero bias in hiring. And so this company called Measure Company put forward 3 different methods for how to use machine learning to have zero bias in hiring. And the thing that I just thought was hilarious about it is like, but if you're in the U.S., all of these are illegal.
I would figure it'd be like Germany. If like you're in Germany, you definitely can't use it.
I was like, that's a pretty big asterisk. After you like put forward this thing about like all the ways to not have bias in your hiring using machine learning, just to find out they're all illegal, so you might not want to do it.
You see this really cool toy? No, you can't have it.
Yeah.
You can't have it.
Well, we can go through those some other time.
I think I got to bounce, man. This is fantastic. Happy 100.
Happy 100. Well,
we'll do 1,000.
You've been listening to 100 episodes of Directionally Correct with People Analytics Podcast with Cole and Scott. Thanks for listening, guys.
Directionally Correct is dedicated to you, our listeners, to help educate and entertain you on how to effectively do people analytics. By supporting this podcast, you are helping us continue to provide valuable insights and knowledge to our listeners. Please consider becoming a patron of the podcast. You can find the link to sign up in the show notes or at patron.podbean.com/directionallycorrect. Thanks for your support.